unified response is very timely. All this talk about making political, gains, the fact that the interior minister's remit ends at Paga. Every single Ghanaian minister's power ends at Paga. The fact that there's no defense minister doesn't mean that it contributed to what happened. And that if we had a defense minister, he could just get on a plane, go to Ouagadougou, and then do what? The President of the Republic of Ghana can clothe any minister with the appropriate powers to represent him in a foreign country to have a conversation. So I think we should move beyond this emotional blackmail and disingenuous interpretation of what has happened.
I'm talking about Emmanuel also, who is suggesting that some Ghanaians who are doing this business of haulage actually get Burkinabe security to give them protection. And he's also suggesting that the targeted security advisory that, Adib speaks about may be true. What do you know?
Look, in a sovereign state, the government tries as much as possible to demonstrate power effectiveness reach. So in Burkina Faso, some of my former colleagues go to Burkina Faso, sometimes by road. And occasionally they've heard that, look, there's an attack here, so stop. So providing escort is not a big deal. There's nothing special about that. We've seen Burkinabe military equipment going up north, escorted by Ghanaian security. Okay, so if the Burkinabes do this, it's a natural reflection of government's determination to exhibit some effectiveness, reach of power, because we know that about 30 to 40% of the country is under terrorist control.
How much of President Mohammed's, accommodation of Tuareg, even, appointing an ambassador for the Sahel can be said to contribute to the attack?
Well, it can possibly. I think it's played a role. And therein lies the poverty of the analysis from the Ghana side as to how a particular, policy can have unintended impacts. I know when I say this, those assessments have been made, but we never see them. Okay, immediately Traore came here and an envoy was appointed. Extremely useful steps when Gbeblo Latte was appointed as the envoy to the AES, because there was no trust. But building trust or re-establishing trust also meant that others would interpret it in a different way. And I think the failure to do this analysis and provide possible responses and options for government and the people of Ghana to use, therein lies where I think the intelligence have failed us.
Okay.